afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the news at this time. Minority Leader Calvin Morris is calling on Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and Chief Secretary Fali Augustine to come clean with Tobagonians after a United States Air Force C-17A Globemaster III military transport plane was seen and heard in Tobago early this morning. Residents across parts of Tobago West reported hearing the extremely loud sound of a large aircraft just before dawn. He said the public deserves full and direct information about any foreign military activity involving Trinidad and Tobago's airports or airspace at a time of rising regional tension. Flight tracking data from Flight Radar 24 confirms that the Boeing C-17A Globemaster III departed the A&R Robinson International Airport at 5:53 a.m. There's been no official statement from government or U.S. authorities about why the aircraft was in Tobago or what it was carrying. Morris said the lack of information is unacceptable. A political leader of the Movement for Social Justice, David Abdullah, says the visit of high-ranking U.S. military official General Dan Kane should be viewed with caution and against the backdrop of ongoing military operations in the region. Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, visited Trinidad yesterday for a brief closed-door meeting with Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar. According to a statement from the Joint Chiefs of Staff yesterday, the meeting dealt with issues related to regional security and continued partnership with the United States. But Abdullah warns that TNT should steer clear of taking sides if any conflict were to escalate in the region.
Trinidad and Tobago will be seen as, to use a strong word, a lackey of U.S. hegemony and hegemonic agenda, of imperial and colonial agenda. That is not a good place to be, to be seen in that way when there is a multipolar world where you have China and the BRICS and so on who are seeking to pursue a different process of engagement internationally.
Now, Abdullah also called for a more measured approach using diplomacy and dialogue to resolve any issues between TNT, Venezuela, and the United States, as well as the wider world. With no date set for the Tobago House of Assembly elections, political analyst Dr. Winfred James is suggesting constitutional changes that will allow for fixed election dates in Trinidad and Tobago. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine has indicated that the THA election date is expected to be announced in 4 days, adding that it will not be in December. However, the date will be between January 12th and February 12th.
The big problem with the Constitution is the lack of oversight of what the executive does. There isn't enough arrangement in the parliament to force the kind of change we have. And we are talking about the executive.
Now, earlier this week, the Chief Secretary said the THA already operates with fixed arrangements that give only a small window for an election once a term is dissolved. He said the law does not set a single fixed date, partly to avoid clashes with major national events. To news of crime now, one man is now in police custody following the murder of 23-year-old Israel Collin in Mason Hall last night. The victim was also known by the alias Skeng. The incident occurred around 8:10 p.m. outside Basics Minimat at Sandy River. Witnesses told police that a grey Nissan Tita stopped abruptly and several gunmen exited the vehicle, opened fire on Collin, and then quickly escaped in the same car. Collin was then found under a tent on the roadside with multiple gunshot wounds. His mother later identified his body. This murder brings Tobago's homicide toll to 7 for the year so far. An Arima woman is expected to be charged with forgery and altering a forged document to the TNT Police Service when she applied to become a police officer 7 years ago. Police said the woman applied to join the TGPS in 2018 when she submitted several documents, including her CXC certificates. However, as officers recently began reviewing applicants, they noticed that there were several discrepancies in the certificate provided. A report was made and officers of the fraud squad began an investigation into the matter. Meanwhile, a police officer and his assigned horse received minor injuries after an accident in St. Clair on Monday afternoon. Police said the officer was on mounted patrol on Barbados Road at around 2:30 p.m. when a water truck was driving behind them. Well, the driver of the truck tried to overtake the horse and rider. However, the horse was startled, causing its rear left leg to make contact with one of the tires, causing injury. The rider was thrown from the animal and sustained minor injuries. Police said the horse was in some discomfort up to Wednesday morning. Let's take a short break. Sport news when we come back.
This is John. John has just opened a new restaurant and is already questioning his life choices. Observe his eyes. He's trying the open wide to stay awake technique. John worries about many things like that overpriced stove, but there's one thing John doesn't stress about: his investments. First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for almost 2 decades. Invest with us.
Step into the Christmas season at Tile Depot. 12 by 12 tiles, $750. 17 by 17, $975. 18 by 18, $995. 20 by 20, $15.95. And 22 by 22, only $20. Visit Tile Depot Limited, Bagney Trace Chase Village. Call 234-4402.
If you want some peace of mind, to change your life and coverage that will keep your future bright.
Well, don't worry about a thing,
'cause peace of mind is what we bring.
FIP is always a good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing. FIP is always a good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing. FIP is always a good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing.
The family indemnity plan from Kuna Caribbean Insurance gives you coverage for funerals, legal and medical expenses, and even deaths left behind, and so much more. So you have one less thing to worry about.
FIP is always a good thing.
WhatsApp 336-CUNA for more info.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Unwrap the biggest Christmas sale of the year. Complete a single vision eyewear from just $279. Or complete single vision transition lenses with designer frames for only $699. Available while stocks last. And many more in-store specials available. Only at Seaview Optical.
Welcome back in sport. West Indies head coach Darren Sammy believes his team can turn around their recent test match results against New Zealand despite a long history of struggles. The men in maroon begin a 3-match test series against the Black Caps in Christchurch on Monday. The West Indies squad will be acutely aware that they have not secured a test series victory in New Zealand since 1995. Sammy was speaking to the media ahead of the team's 2-day practice match, which begins today in Lincoln.
You know, the numbers behind us coming into New Zealand, but I think the mindset that we have here and what we're trying to create is good, and it boils down to execution. A word I've been using from my career, my playing days, my captaincy days. You execute well here in New Zealand. One thing we've shown over here, we challenge them.
Of particular concern for Sammy is the team's batting in recent matches, but he says he's much more pleased with his bowling despite not being at full strength.
Over the last 2 years, we've had a bowling lineup that could take you 20 wickets. I think that's the first step. Yes, we are a little bit hindered by, you know, the injury to Alzari Joseph and Shamar Joseph, two of the guys who've been very critical in those aspect of the game where we could bowl our teams. But we got some young blood.
Well, that's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Season's greetings from Secu Credit Union, where we make your dreams come true. Check out our vehicle loan specials, flexible terms and reduced rates until February 2026. Need funds for the holiday season? Take advantage of our $20,000 Sorrel season loan. No hold-on shares and no installment payments required until 2026. Get up to 5 times your shares balance with our personal loans or access up to $1 million for debt consolidation. Contact us at 226-7328 for more info. Secu, supporting expectations, caring for you.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800 Trin or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800 Trin or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
Unwrap the biggest Christmas sale of the year. Complete a single vision eyewear from just $279. Or complete single vision transition lenses with designer frames for only $699. Available while stocks last. And many more in-store specials available. Only at Seaview Optical.
This is Rishma. Rishma is on yet another date in a stressful quest for the one. She's not sure if he has dry humor or just dry. It seems her search must continue. Rishma is anxious about many things right now except one, her investments. First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for almost 2 decades. Invest with us. Go to firstlinesecurities.com to begin investing today.
We're back, and we came straight to Royal Castle to pick up some delicious food. We got a queen bucket, a king bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra sides, a rotisserie chicken, and a snack box. Oh, and that delicious honey mustard sauce, it's really lashing. Rudolph, do you think we should get some for Mrs. Claus and the elves, too? Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
Regionally ahead of general elections in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, CARICOM has deployed a 10-member election observation mission to monitor the highly contested poll set for tomorrow. Political analysts say there's been a noticeable shift this year as the 2 main parties, the ruling Unity Labour Party and the opposition New Democratic Party, are leaning heavily on entertainment to generate support, particularly from the younger generation. Over the weekend, the NDP hosted Caribbean artist Shenseea at its rally, while the ULP countered with dancehall star Popcan. A deadly high-rise fire at a housing complex in Hong Kong has left 13 people dead and 15 injured. 7 of the 8 31-story towers were taken over by flames. The fire was upgraded to a level 5 alarm. Thousands of residents were evacuated and emergency shelters were set up. Among the dead is a 37-year-old firefighter who lost contact with his team during the operation and later died at hospital. Authorities say rescue operations are continuing and the death toll could rise as investigations progress. The cause of the blaze is still not known. Well, today is expected to be fair to partly cloudy and breezy with a few isolated showers. There is a low chance of the odd isolated thunderstorm. Gusty winds and street flooding can occur in the event of heavy downpours. Seas are moderate with waves up to 2 meters in open waters and 1 meter in sheltered areas. The forecast high is 31 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a major newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.
Hey.